WestJet's still trying to recover from a massive hailstorm that hit Calgary earlier this week. Several flights out of Pearson to Calgary were canceled this morning as the airline works to repair 16 planes that were damaged in that storm. The Calgary International Airport pummeled by the hail on Monday night, forcing parts of its domestic terminal to close for repairs for an undetermined time. So for more on this, let's bring in CTV's aviation specialist, Phil Dirty. Good morning, Phil. Thanks for jumping in and talking to us about this. Is this unusual at all to see so many planes damaged as a result of a storm like this?
Well, good morning, Courtney. Well, not really. Some of the storms that come through, come over the mountains over the Rockies in Calgary, they can get pretty vicious. And there was a lot of aircraft on the ground. You don't want the aircraft being taking off in those types of conditions. So there would have been quite a lot of aircraft on the ground, and so they have to be thoroughly inspected.
What kind of damage would we be looking at with a hailstorm?
Well, one of the things is the aircraft has a huge surface area. I've got a training aid here that can show you that they're going to be inspecting the wings, they're going to be inspecting the fuselage, the tail section of the aircraft. They're checking anything over 6 millimeters in diameter has to be thoroughly inspected, not only on the top of the aircraft, but also underneath inside the compartments. So they have to do a thorough check for cracks, broken rivets. The glass has to be all checked. And also there's a lot of composite material on the aircraft, so they have to look for delamination.
Mm-hmm. And who would take on that role? Who would be in charge of doing the inspection to give an aircraft the all clear for that?
Well, that'll be the aircraft maintenance engineers.
Okay.
So each aircraft will have to be brought into the hangar and have to go through a thorough inspection. And it'll probably take a couple of days to go through each aircraft and determine how bad the damage is. Now, you have to realize that it's not just the denting of the aircraft. As cosmetically, it doesn't look good. But one of the things is it also affects the aerodynamics of the aircraft. So some of the aircraft parts of the aircraft would have to be reskinned if the damage is bad enough, and that could take weeks, even months.
I'm also thinking of the bigger impact of this. I mean, I'd imagine quite a few people had flights they were planning to catch over the coming days. Perhaps those flights have been canceled or delayed. How long could something like this take to get back on track from?
Well, it depends on the extent of the damage. They said there's 16 aircraft that are grounded right now. WestJet mainline has 130 aircraft, and Encore has another 47 aircraft. So that's roughly a little bit more than 10% of their fleet. So that has a huge impact on the flight schedule. But the thing that the passengers have to understand is that the aircraft are grounded because of safety concerns. We want to make sure that the passengers or crew are 100% safe flying on those aircraft.
Mm-hmm, for sure. That is, safety is the #1 priority, of course. What about the impact of any damage to the local airport as well? What kind of impact could we see there?
Well, there's a lot of roof panels that have been damaged, a lot of water damage. It was a really significant storm. I remember back in, I think it was 1995, when I was in Winnipeg, and a severe storm like this went through, and it caused billions of dollars of damage. So, this kind of a hailstorm does really wreak havoc.
Mm-hmm. Certainly sounds like it. Okay, CTV's aviation specialist, Phil Dirty, joining us live to talk about this situation out of Calgary impacting quite a few WestJet flights. Sir, thanks for your take on all this. We appreciate it.